Good morning, everybody, and happy Friday. Today is December 15th. I'm Kathy, and welcome to Yarn with Heart. During December, I will be opening Advent gifts from Cambridge Fibre Limited every Friday. That will be in a second bonus video, so if you'd like, you can watch here and then zip over to that second video too. Today in this yarn chat, I will be sharing some crocheted Christmas gifts ready for the big day, and one gift that is a work in progress, also a blanket that is a work in progress. Welcome back, and thank you so much to everyone who is returning. Thank you so much for taking the time to pop back. And anyone who is new, so happy you stopped in, and warm welcome. I appreciate you all so much. And for those who are new, each week on Friday, I share some of my works in progress and finished items. When I show you my projects, the pattern information is in the description, and I will try to let you know the yarn and the hook size. Also, I might share a few tips that help me along the way. So first item that I'd like to talk to you about is one of the work in progress. This is the Dragon Scale gloves. It's actually a second pair. This one is by Holly Fisher from the Yarnivore UK. It's a free pattern on Ravelry. I finished one of the gloves and I'm working on the second one. The first one that I made was in the color Electric. This one is in the color Smoke. It's by Loops and Threads Facets. This is done with a 4mm hook. The pattern, the item was recommended by my friend Shelley. This pair is for her friend, and I'm thinking about making a third pair using the color Slate for a family member. So this is the one that I'm working on, and I'm partway finished the second glove. So that's my first work in progress. The second work in progress is a blanket, and this blanket is on, there's a tutorial for it, a tutorial by Jayda In Stitches on YouTube. Now, Jayda also has a free pattern on her blog in her pattern workshops. So if you'd like to download the pattern, she has that there as well. Now I'll stand back. I'm making this one in a teenage blanket size to donate. So it's going to be a 48 by 60 inch blanket. And I've not quite finished it yet. So the colors that I'm using are purple. I think it's a periwinkle, and the pink. I don't have actual colors for those two. They came with a number on the ball band. It was given to me by a friend. The numbers for the pink was 3133, and for the periwinkle was 3216. I purchased the white and I purchased the charcoal. These are all Red Heart Comfort yarns. So the pattern itself, I'm using a 7mm hook to do the pattern, and I have a couple of tips that helped me as I started working this pattern. You'll see my stitch markers here, and what I've done is each time that I came to a peak in the chevron, this one is called a Crochet Chevron Ripple Zig Zag wave blanket pattern and tutorial, each time that I got to the top of a peak, I put one of these stitch markers because I found that I could easily get mixed up in my stitch count, and this way I was able to find very quickly within one repeat if I was off on my stitch count. So that was one of the tips that has helped me. The second thing I almost didn't mention about, but I thought I'm going to be transparent about what I'm doing with this yarn. The yarn comes in a large skein. It's 1 pound skeins. I have one here that's kind of showing the size, and I've been working from the outside of the skein. I would love to get one of the yarn genies eventually, but I don't have one right now. What I have is one of these yarn spindles, and this is my tip for working with the yarn spindle. Was I got a piece of what's actually cardboard from a cereal box, and I cut a circle so that when I'm pulling from the spindle, my yarn does not get caught in the workings of the spindle. So that's the tip that I have. So this piece of card, I just made the circle, and then I cut a little spot for it to fit on the spindle, and I just use it anytime that I'm using my spindle. I put my yarn on here, and I find eventually the yarn genie is on my wish list. I really would like to purchase one or find one available in Canada, but when I have these large 1 pound balls, I will probably still be using my spindle. I won't get rid of it because a heavy yarn ball like this, probably I'll still need this device to be able to work with that. So that's my tip, and I know it sounds silly to be using a piece of cardboard like that, but originally my yarn kept getting caught in the mechanism, and this is how I solved that situation. Now on to my finished items, and these were made, some of them this past week and some previously, but I did want to include them here because they're going to be given as Christmas gifts, and then I won't have the opportunity to have a record for myself and also to share them with you. So the first one is a hooded super scarf. This is by Salena Baca from American Crochet Association. I did a test for her of this pattern. It is purchased, you can purchase it on Ravelry. I used a 9mm hook for this one, and it's made with Bernat Soft D Chunky in the color Grape. I'm going to try and put it on here so you can see how it looks. There. I have a family member whose favorite color is purple, and I think she's going to really enjoy this scarf. And I'll hold it close so you can see the stitch pattern. If you still have an item to make for somebody, this was a very not time-consuming make. I remember I could make it within a couple of days. So yeah, and it's nice because it can be worn down like this, or if it's really cold, you can really snuggle up in this scarf. It wraps a couple of times. and it'll be quite cozy for waiting at bus stops. So that's the first finished item that I have for Christmas gift. The second one that I have to show is also a Salena Baca pattern, and this one is a granny square table runner. It's available on Ravelry, also free on the blog. I used a 5mm hook and Bernat Handicrafter in the color Crown Jewels. The white is from a yarn end bag. So I got a cotton 1 pound yarn ends, and that was what I used for the white. And again, for that person in my life that really loves purple. Now, the last two items are just a little extra thing to include with gifts. And we all have people that we'd like to just do a little something for, maybe some candy and a small gift card or something of the type. And I've made these. The pattern for what's called a Cheery Holiday Pockets set was by Mary Maxim. It was purchased as part of a kit. It came with Starlet and Starlet Sparkle yarn. I made these green bows with Bernat Super Value in Kelly Green, some scrap yarn, and it was all with a 5mm hook. The kit makes 6, but I needed 5 for the gifts that I'm doing. So there's this one. And I did a red one. And another one of this style. Yeah. And again, this one came as a kit with the pattern and with the yarn. And the last finished item is called the Easiest Christmas Crochet Gift Card Holder Stocking. It's by Krista from Secret Yarnery. There's a video tutorial, and also you can buy a pattern from her website. And I made 3 of these cute little stockings using a 5mm hook, Bernat Super Value in the colors of Cherry Red, Kelly Green, and Winter White. One of them initially I made using Red Heart with Love in Eggshell. However, I switched to the Winter White and I liked that one better, so yeah. There's 3 in the red. So again, that is available as a tutorial on YouTube, and you can buy the pattern on her website. So those are my finished items and my works in progress that I have for this week. So to everyone, thank you so much for joining me. If you'd like, I look forward to seeing you over in week 3 as I'm opening my Advent packages from Cambridge Fibers Limited. And thank you so much for joining me. Have a wonderful weekend. Enjoy your crochet, enjoy your knitting, and I hope to see you next Friday.